On we go with contest number 2, sponsored by Luke Sports, still live on VIPBoxing.tv with Madeira and Terry at ringside. Contest number 2, 6 3-minute rounds of boxing in the middleweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the white blood shorts trimmed with black. At the weight he scaled, 11 stone 5 pounds. Tonight is his 58th professional appearance, presenting from Islington, the Brown Eagle, Jordan Grannum. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the black blood shorts trimmed with green. At the weight he scaled, 11 stone 6 pounds. He has a perfect unblemished record, 5 contests, 5 wins. Presenting from Lee, the undefeated Kyle Lomotey. Timekeeper from Merseyside at the bell, Phil Morris, and the star referee in charge of the action, the world's finest, Phil Edwards from Preston. 6 3-minute rounds.
Break cleanly, watch your heads in close, and remember, defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
Here we go then. We mentioned Alex Matvienko before this one begins, but in Grannum's corner over there, Curtis Gargano, probably one of the most entertaining journeymen we've seen.
Yeah, he likes to scrap with Curtis. We saw him a couple of times in recent years, and now he seems to be enjoying his role as a trainer.
Yeah, it's always great to see people still involved in the game after they've retired.
The thing with Jordan Grannum, he's 5'50", but so far in 2019 he's had a few fights. He's had a draw in March against Dalton Miller, and then last month he beat Umsar Awan, who only had, to be fair, 1 fight, but it may have given Grannum a little boost going into this one.
Yeah, I've seen Grannum win a couple of times, and he's certainly got ability when he decides to box. You can see it defensively as well.
Yeah, he lost his last 2 on points over 4. This one he's likely to lose on points over 6, but as you say, he's one of those guys who's got ability. It's just sometimes ability doesn't always take you where you want to go in this sport.
Yeah, nice slick southpaw Lomotey. Just firing away that jab early on. Nice stab to the body. It's always a shot you like to see southpaws throw when they stab downstairs with that backhand.
And he's got an extra 2 rounds in this fight. Lomotey, all of his wins so far in his 5 fights have come by decision over 4 rounds.
Yeah, and it's a good opponent to step up in the rounds against. You know, in all likelihood it's going to go the distance. So it'll be a tough 6 rounds if it does go the distance, of course. And Grannum will make Lomotey work to win the round. If he senses that he can win the fight, he's shown before he will do.
Yeah, as you say, he's had that draw and a win already this year. He lost his last 2 fights, but as you said, he's one of those guys, if he senses that there's something developing for him, he will try and work it out.
Just so you're talking about, he landed a left hook to the body, and he got a little nod from Grannum. Usually a sign that it's landed on the target. He's so difficult to hit Grannum with that guard as well. Tucks up nicely, uses those elbows to block the shots to the body.
Yeah, to be fair to Lomotey there, he looks strong on the inside as well.
And he's doing a good job early on here, just dealing with Grannum. He's not really thrown a shot yet, Jordan Grannum. And even touching with those shots when Grannum's got his back to the ropes, it just gives your opponent something to think about. And Lomotey's doing well here of avoiding anything coming back from Grannum.
Yeah, as you say, Lomotey looks very concentrated on the job in hand. He's landed a few decent shots himself. He's shown a bit of strength on the inside as well, which is nice to see.
Yeah, and the corner seemed pretty happy with his work so far as well. Might be able to pick up a few of the comments that Alex Matvienko's making in the corner to the right-hand side of us. Just missing with that big lead right hook, but landing with a left uppercut.
Yeah, he wasn't discouraged by the fact that he missed. He just carried on with his combinations, and he got a couple of shots off the back of that miss.
Yeah, good opening round that for Kyle Lomotey. Go back to the corner, pretty happy with that first round.
Yeah, Alex will be really happy with that. He was known as a bit of a warhorse in his career, Alex, but he could box as well, and he tries to teach his fighters how to box, so we'll be happy with the performance that he saw in the first round.
The one-man riot, of course, you named him.
Yeah, I gave him that nickname. It's my only claim to fame in boxing.
Not a bad one, to be fair.
Yeah, I think a few fighters have adopted it since as well, so maybe I should have got a copyright on it and made a few quid.
Too late for that now.
Yeah, I think that horse is bolted. I might have Scalix for 100 quid at the end of tonight. I'm sure he'd love that.
Yeah, I was going to say, good luck.
Alex is just in the corner, just telling him more of the same, keep up the lateral movement and just work behind your jab. Telling him not to get excited.
Me and John Evans went down to the gym to see how Alex trains the guys, and we got involved a little bit with ourselves. And he does a lot of controlled sparring in different situations, and I think that's working with Lomotey.
Yeah, it helps develop your fighters as well. Billy Graham was a big fan of not just having out-and-out sparring, but sometimes he'd just take the fighter in the ring and work on different scenarios with them. He'd do something called what you call talk training as well, where he'd just go through different scenarios a fighter might face in an upcoming fight and just sharpen the mind as well as the body. Don't get me wrong, there was some absolutely belting spars in the Phoenix. I saw John Murray and Ricky Hatton had a couple of good sessions that I watched a few years back.
Yeah, and of course Lomotey previously at the VIP Ashley gym with Damien Jones, and he had great sparring over there. Adam Ridge, Andrew Fleming, we'll see later on. Plenty of talent in that gym, and you could see him develop as he progressed to the pro game from the amateurs. Decided to move gyms, and it's yet to see whether that'll pay off for him, but he's looked good tonight so far.
Yeah, he's just doing a few taps there. He do a few taps to the gloves and then switching an attack to the body as well.
Big positive for Lomotey. Settled down in there nicely, with that new gym. We saw Jack Rafferty when he first changed gyms, and it wasn't the best Jack Rafferty we saw with the first fight out of the finest, and we saw him last night and he's electric. Yeah,
sometimes can take a while to adapt to your environment. Sometimes boxers can be creatures of habit, so changing gyms can be a big decision for them to make. So sometimes some of them takes a bit like a duck to water, other times it takes them a couple of fights to learn and develop.
Nice footwork from Lomotey, just getting out of range, not letting Grannum land with anything. It's important you knock the ambition out of these journeymen early on, and Lomotey's done that in the first round and this one. Nice right uppercut landing.
Yeah, Grannum is breathing a bit more heavily than we'd usually see at this point in one of his fights.
Yeah, he's found a good range, Lomotey, just to make Grannum work even when he's not throwing. Nice right hand over the top from Grannum, though.
Yeah, he threw a jab, then he threw another jab and landed the right hand as well. That was nice to see.
Yeah, and we were saying earlier, he certainly has got a bit of boxing pedigree behind him. He's not one of these journeymen that's just turned up to have a bit of a fight. He certainly knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you can tell by his stance, his balance and his footwork as well that he's got ability. As we said, sometimes the breaks don't go your way. Sometimes, as we said with Van Bomo, you might start off a career with 4 wins, then have 3 defeats, and sometimes it can be easier just to take the road less travelled and just go on the road and be a journeyman type opponent.
Coming towards the end of this second round, another good round is for Lomotey. He's not really been under any pressure from Jordan Grannum so far.
Yeah, and he's carried out the instructions of his corner, which will be good for Alex Matvienko. He knows he's got someone in there who can listen to him between rounds and go out and implement what he's told to do.
Plenty of action still to come tonight, of course. Next up after this one, Damien Chambers. Exciting news for Damien. Coming in the next few days, but he's got to get the job done tonight. Luke Blackledge and Darryl Sharp could be a great fight. We talked about it before as well. Kane Gardner's in with Ben Fields and James Moorcroft in with Jake Best. The toughest fight of the career for both them men. Then Jack Corn and Jack Sells in the first English title fight of the evening. Andrew Fleming and Troy James. James, of course, previously challenged for the British title, so Fleming's going to have to be good to get the win tonight. That is another real 50-50 fight. And then after that one, Jack Flatley and Craig Morris in what will be an absolute barnstorm, and there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, you're expecting a lot from those 3 fights at the top of the bill. As you say, the fight at the top of the bill should be a really decent one for people watching at home.
And it's one of these nights of boxing that every fighter you want to stick around and watch, because there's plenty of talent. And a lot of these guys will be challenging for titles soon. We've seen Jack Kilgannon before this one, and he's in a title fight next time out.
Yeah, and you say it's a good crowd. Steve's done well on tickets. It's nice to see. Sometimes Steve has put together really good shows and struggled to get the tickets up through, but he was telling us earlier on he was selling tickets at the gate tonight, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah, and I think it's captured the imagination a bit as well, this show, especially for Bolton and the local area, being two big fights as the main event. A lot of local lads on the card as well. Nice footwork from Lomotey, just to change the angle up.
Yeah, and as you say, he just used his footwork there to land a straight left hand.
He looks a lot sharper defensively in this third round, doesn't he, with his head movement as well.
Yeah, he looks good. He took a little cuffing shot there, but he landed some body shots as well, and he's landed well to the head in this round.
Yeah, strong on the inside. I know you mentioned that in the first round, and when you look at Lomotey and Grannum, you'd think Grannum would be the stronger of the two on the inside, but Lomotey's more than holding his own.
Yeah, it's something he came out early doors and did. He established himself on the inside. Obviously, he's always going to have the advantage on the outside as well, and just put a little marker down right at the beginning of the fight.
Nice straight shot to the head and then down to the body on the ropes in front of us. Just over a minute to go this third round, and another one. Lomotey's just cruising in. He's not really had to get out of first gear so far.
Yeah, and there's no real reason to. What he's been doing so far is working for him. It's effective. Grannum's not really trying to throw anything too meaningful back. So he knows that he's going to get tagged if he does.
Nice little jab from Grannum though, just letting Lomotey know that he's still in there.
Yeah, just thinking that, just was saying that Grannum wasn't bringing anything back. He went and popped off a couple of jabs just to serve notice to Lomotey that he's still in there.
Nice backhand stab to the body from Lomotey. Talked about that in the first round. It's such an important shot if you can land it correctly. Just knocks the wind out the sails of your opponent.
Yeah, and the good thing about Lomotey we've seen he's a good two-fisted fighter. When he gets in range, he's looking for both hands to the head and body.
Come towards the end of this round, and another comfortable session from Lomotey as we're halfway through his first six-rounder. Just missing with that backhand at the end of the round.
Yeah, that was almost a fairly good shot at the end of the round, and a bit of a tap between the two of them at the end.
Kyle's just giving us a little look and a little wink and raising the eyebrows. I think that tells you all you need to know about how this bout's going. He's quite comfortable in there at the moment. And it's always a worry in fighters' heads, isn't it? Stepping up the distance. You've not done it before in the ring. Done it plenty of times in the gym, but not in a ring in front of all your friends and family and all the fans that come to watch you.
Yeah, it just adds that little bit of pressure. The pressure can either make you struggle a little bit, but what you're looking for is that it sharpens your fighter up and they respond well to that little bit of added pressure.
And he certainly has looked sharp tonight as well. Not got carried away when he's had success either, just doing the basics right and getting the job done in there, much like Jack Kilgannon did in the first fight of the night. If you're in that corner with Kyle Lomotey during the breaking round, what we'd be telling him? Just more of the same, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I'd be telling him that it's nice when he touches his opponent up and then delivers an hard shot after the couple of touches, and I'd tell him to do more of that along the ropes. A few taps to the head around the gloves area if they had as well, then switch it to the body, which is what he was doing in the previous round.
He just upped the tempo a little bit at the start of this fourth.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him if he can move through the gears.
Yeah, and there's no doubt he's got those first 3 rounds in the bank as well, so he can start just experimenting now, like we saw Jack Kilgannon do.
Yeah, Grannum threw a nice left hook there. It didn't quite land cleanly, but it had good technique in it as well. It tries to whip it again, so Grannum's going to start, I think, throwing a few more punches back now.
Yeah, and he's looked solid defensively, Lomotey, so far. Loading up with that left hook to the body,
yeah,
Grannum.
Grannum threw a couple of good body shots there as well, so Grannum's come out of his shell a little bit more in this round.
Yeah, he's definitely been told to throw a few more shots from his corner. Nice right hook to the body as well from Lomotey. He did well there, just to buy himself a 10-15 second break, Lomotey, while he was throwing. Nothing came back from Grannum. Just took control again of this round.
Yeah, Grannum came out and had a little bit of a go, but she said he was soon put in his place. But the thing about Grannum is, what you see when he does throw punches, he actually has good technique on his punches.
Yeah, we've mentioned it a couple of times. He's certainly been boxing for a while, Jordan Grannum. And I saw him win on a Gary Booth show, and he showed his ability that night as well.
And you forget that the human beings as well, in the opposing corner, sometimes something might just spark them off. They might get in there and decide they don't like the opponent, or they feel the opponent's being disrespectful to them, and sometimes turn it on.
Yeah, we've seen it down the years with the likes of Christian Late as well. When he wants to turn up and put in a performance, he certainly does do. Darryl Sharp's another prime example as well on the undercard later on.
Yeah, and as we say, Luke Blackledge, he wants another run at the title, so he's going to have to come out tonight and perform.
Yeah, and a win for Darryl Sharp later on could put him in that title mix, so he'll certainly be game. Yeah, Grannum certainly stepped up the tempo. He's just matching Kyle with the amount of shots he's throwing at the moment.
Yeah, then Lomotey's gone right back with him, which is good to see.
Yeah, and that's a good learning round that for Kyle Lomotey. He's had to work to win that round, which is exactly what you want at this stage of his career as well. You don't want everything the home fighter's own way, and Lomotey's had to win that round. He hasn't had it given to him.
Yeah, you don't want complacency to slip in boxing at any level, because once you become complacent, it's kind of hard to arrest that decline.
Still looking nice and relaxed in that corner though, in front of us. Curtis Gargano trying to demonstrate what he wants Grannum to do with the towel between his legs.
Yeah, he's pretty animated there in the corner, Gargano. He wants something from his man, so it'll be interesting if he can come out and deliver it for him this round.
Not sure about the feet position though with a towel between your legs.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise that in the ring. It'd be a bit disastrous, but at least Curtis is just trying to G his man up and get him to actually build on the mistakes that he believes that the opponent is making.
Nice start again, this from Lomotey behind that jab.
Yeah, good start to round from Lomotey. It'll be interesting to see what Grannum does in terms of what he was being advised to do by his corner. Obviously, the towel between the legs isn't the greatest move. I won't want my face being wiped with it afterwards, but it needs more.
Still just pouring out with that jab. Lomotey from the southpaw stance. Nice chopping right hand over the top as well.
Straight a bit low, that one.
Yeah, nothing too much to worry about. Just one just on the belt, I think.
Yeah, and Grannum didn't complain too much. He took a couple of seconds to compose himself.
Nice shot again from Lomotey. Straight to the forehead.
Yeah, Lomotey's dropped the pace a little bit in this round. And I'd like to see him do more of that tapping around the gloves and then delivering an hard shot to the body, and he does that just as I was speaking.
Yeah, and he's done a good job of stopping Grannum's ambition that he had in the last round. He had a little bit of success at times. This round has been all Lomotey so far as we're halfway through it. Stayed on the front foot as well, Lomotey, all night, firing away with those shots.
Yeah, he made it clear from the start of the fight that was what he was going to do, and he stuck to it as well.
The corner calling for him to throw the uppercut through the middle of the guard.
Yeah, I think if he threw the lead left uppercut, it might work for him, depending on whether he's in range, or he could try it with the right hand as well. It's certainly a punch that, if the corner are calling for it, he should give it a try, maybe in the next round.
Lovely body shot from Lomotey as we were talking then. It's one of those fights, isn't it? He's certainly got the first 4 rounds in the bank, and he can start trying little shots like that uppercut.
Yeah, in the corner like that body shot, I think they were whooping when he went in and asking for more of the same. and they're calling for that body shot again.
He just missed with that right hand to the body, just caught the elbow, Grannum. We spoke about his guard earlier on. He does well to block a lot of the shots that get thrown at him, Grannum. Very rarely gets hit with big combinations.
Yeah, and that's often the key. We've seen Lomotey do it. We've seen him tapping the gloves a couple of times just to work an angle out and being confident to stand in range and do that.
Yeah, that's a massive thing, isn't it? A lot of fighters want to do that, but you have to be, like you say, comfortable to stand in range and be prepared to take a couple of shots as well.
And it's an hard thing, even though people might think there's no ambition in the opposing fighters. It's hard to stand in front of a man roughly the same weight as you and just put everything out there, knowing that sometimes a shot might be coming back in your direction.
And just as you're talking then, Lomotey just sat down and wiped his right hand on his knee and started shaking a little bit, and I think it might have done something to that right hand. Certainly worth keeping an eye on. Only a round to go with this.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does. If he has injured that right hand, he might go straight on the back foot and just try and see the round through safely.
Yeah, and he's got the luxury of being able to do that as well, even if he does lose the round for whatever reason. He's certainly getting the win tonight, unless anything dramatic happens.
Yeah, he can give this round up, so if he has injured himself, imagine Matvienko will be telling him just not to do anything silly. Not giving Grannum any indication that he's injured, to give him something impetus of any kind.
Yeah, and of course being a southpaw as well, that's the hand he's thrown the majority of his shots with. Nice right up to the body. He's certainly not showing any effects of that.
Oh, nice jab there by Grannum, but I should say Lomotey's come out and it's more of the same.
A nice footwork just to change the angle up as well. Yeah, and that change of angle as well just buys you a few seconds, which is what Lomotey wants in this last round, just to close it out. Doesn't want to give Grannum any signal that he can get the win. Grannum landing with a good body shot though.
Yeah, and the thing with Lomotey is he's 28, so imagine he wants to get a crack on in the next couple of years.
Yeah,
So,
and he's certainly only a few fights away from that step up as well.
yeah, I think with someone with the ability that we've seen tonight, you can actually move him through quite quickly.
Grannum just sticking his tongue out at Lomotey's corner. Bit of kidology. Nice body shot landed from Lomotey on the inside, and then the left uppercut. It's the shot we were saying he should be throwing in the last round.
Yeah, and it was working for him on the inside. He's tried it a couple of times and then just goes with a little body shot as well.
Just over a minute to go, the last round.
But I think he'll be satisfied with what he's done tonight. Lomotey will be happy with his performance. He's been fluid in there as well.
Yeah, it's been good performances from Lomotey, and considering the type of fighter that Grannum is, he's done a good job of negating everything he brings to the table. And he's never really looked in trouble either, Lomotey.
No, he's taken a couple of shots, but you want to see fighters taking shots. You don't want to just go out there and give someone an absolute pasting and for it to be a whitewash and an experience where they don't actually learn anything from it.
Yeah, and the two opening fights have been good learning fights. Both Jack Kilgannon and Lomotey will watch these videos back and learn a lot from the performances tonight. Good work again from Lomotey, throwing in 4s and 5s.
And like we say, given Lomotey's ability and the talent that we've seen tonight in his age, I imagine he might be moved quite quickly by Steve.
Yeah, and there's plenty of fights to be made at this weight as well for Lomotey.
I think the thing I've liked about Lomotey as well, there's a calmness and a stillness about him. Even when he's throwing punches, he looks really relaxed in there, and that's half the battle sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. He's settled down at the start of every round, and behind that jab has looked really positive. Good end to the fight. Lomotey missing with that backhand. Good performance that from Kyle Lomotey, and credit to Jordan Grannum as well. Came and gave it a bit of a go tonight.
Yeah, as we say, you can tell just by looking at Grannum that he's got some ability himself. And he's telling the corner that Lomotey's a decent fighter, so that's a pretty big call.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest compliments you can get in the fight game, isn't it? When one of your opponents that's been in with a lot of these guys tells you that, you know, you're one of the best guys that he's been in with.
Yeah, and they've got no reason to. He's got no reason to lie. As he's seems fairly honest assessment there in the corner. He told Alex Matvienko he's got good prospects on his hands.
Yeah, and there's certainly no doubt about that based on this performance. Just getting his other glove taken off before we get the official result from MC Michael Pass. But I think there's no doubt about who's going to get the hand raise at the end of this one. Good performances from Kyle Lomotey, and one he'll be very happy with.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing action, star referee Phil Edwards has adjudged this particular contest 60 points to 54 points for your winner. Now undefeated in 6 professional contests from Lee, Kyle Lomotey. And a game effort from Islington's Jordan Grannum.
Yep, and just as we had it, every round for Kyle Lomotey. Good performance.
Yeah, he swept it, and he'll have learned from that fight. We saw we've been doing different things in the 5th and 6th rounds, so I think he progressed as the fight went on, and that's something that you'd like to see.
Yeah, and hopefully that injury to his right hand isn't too bad. You know, he's just looking at it now. I'm not sure what damage he has done to it, but hopefully we'll see him back out soon.
Yeah, as we said, because he's 28 years of age, he wants to keep his momentum going, so I imagine he'll want to be fighting ASAP.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be a big year, this, for Lomotey. By the end of the year, he could be in contention for those titles. Certainly no reason that he can't be either.
And he's got good athleticism as well, so Alex Matvienko's got a lot of stuff he can work with there.
Yeah, and Alex wouldn't have taken on a fight if he didn't think he could work with them and get them to some sort of title level. So it's credit to Lomotey's ability, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, he's an ambitious guy, Alex, so Tuesday he's not just going to take on anyone who comes along. He sits down and thinks about it, and he likes to gel with his fights.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.